Hello and welcome back to another episode of Requiem HQM. I am aliatic and this is episode 10. We hit double digits. Woohoo! And in this episode, I would like to get into some bees, but also I want to get into some Ender.io, because in between episodes I said I was going to try and hunt some Endermen to get us some pearls, right? Because they're kind of a basic resource that we really need. But I did not have much luck. A, I didn't find many Endermen, and B, when I did find them, they did not give up the goods. So I remember hearing about a beautiful thing called the Ender, which is this sword here, right? And it gives you an increased skull and Ender pearl drop rate. But we can make the Ender, which is awesome. But to do that, we need to get into some Ender.io technology. And basically, bees and technology were the two comments that I had from people wanting me to have a look at. So, vaguely torn on which one to do first. I think what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of Ender.io, start setting a couple of machines up, and then maybe have a look at just starting up the very beginning of bees. But let's see what we can get done. So if we have a look at Ender.io, it does have its own chapter. It's delightful. I do know a little bit about Ender.io. I've used it before. And out of all the tech mods, I think it's probably my favorite in terms of the machines and the ore doubling and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing that we need is Ender Beginnings. Ender.io is an awesome mod that expands upon the technology seen in many other mods like Thermal Expansion or IC2, in that it includes ways to move liquids, items, and power around various machines and power storage. It also includes some unique features regarding Ender translocative abilities. So those kind of teleport pads that we found in our reward bag in the last episode, they are from Ender.io. So that's kind of the stuff that this mod can do. To get started, you need power, of course. Craft the most basic item, the Stirling Generator. This machine generates a very small amount of power by burning any vanilla furnace item, blah, 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 blah. So let's have a look. So what we need is this Stirling Generator. What do we need for that? We basically just need stone, more cobble, a piston, and some basic gears, which are sticks and cobble. So cobble, 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 cobble. Going to be turkeys today. Cobble, cobble, cobble. And we need some wood, because what kind of wood shall I use? Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Sakura wood. We've got a lot of you. You'll do. And because I don't have any pistons anywhere, do I? I know at some point I made sticky pistons, but I don't need sticky pistons now. That's fine. So we'll grab some redstone. We'll grab some iron. We're going to need a lot of iron. So let's, while we're at it, chuck a bunch more iron into our smeltery. We should have quite a bit in there, to be honest. In here, in our beautiful little... There we go, we've got a heap of stuff in there, so that's fine. Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm going over here, and I'm going to make the... turn you into some planks. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do you. And... Stirling... Generator. So we'll grab you. That's a piston, and we'll grab some sticks. That's what I missed. I missed the sticks. So we'll grab, come on, you. Just need 2 of you. That's fine. And we need a few more of you. Let's just grab a whole bunch. We'll use them at some point, surely. And a furnace. Too easy. And that should give us our Stirling Generator. Hooray! We get coal as a reward. Oh, wonderful. Coal. Hooray. Now, eventually I'm going to make a machine room. I'm thinking I'm going to make a basement, and we'll go down and I'll make a machine room. But for right now, I'm just going to literally just plop you in the middle of the floor, because you know what? We just don't have time for this business right now. Ooh, it's kind of a cool sound. I haven't really heard the sound of that before. Don't know how I've never heard of that before. So then what's next? It says machinery. Ender.io's machines are quite few in number. The main 2 machines are the sag mill and the alloy smelter. These are quite similar to the pulverizer and the redstone furnace from Thermal Expansion. The sag mill crushes things and the alloy smelter cooks them. Cool beans. So Wait a minute. Why is it telling me all of that if it wants me to make a capacitor bank? That's a bit strange. And that makes a whole basic capacitor bank. What do we need for you? Bunch of redstone, some copper, some gold ingots, some more redstone. Okay. That's weird. Why did it have all the text for something else in there? It's a bit strange. A bit odd. That's alright. So, capacitor. Basic capacitor. We need the gold ingots. Let's just get all of you. I don't exactly know. Didn't do the maths. That's fine. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll end up needing more than 4 for sure because there's a whole bunch of things that we can make, but that's fine. That'll do. I just need a block of you. That's fine. And that should be everything. Hooray! We have a capacitor bank. So that basically is kind of like a big battery, and that will hold energy from the generator. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's going up. Is it going up? It was going up. It is going up. There we go. It is getting energy, just very slowly. Okay, because it holds a lot, so that's good. Here we go. So then the next thing is to make the sag mill. So we need flint and a bunch more iron. Do we have enough iron? Yeah, I think that's probably enough. So we need some flint. We don't have a lot of flint, but the sag mill will help us get more, which is useful. And we need some iron bars, if I remember correctly. So sag mill. Machine, basic capacitor. Look, let's just make another couple of those. We're definitely going to need another one eventually. Let's make a couple of you as well, because we're definitely going to need a couple of you. Make a couple of you, because I'm sure that you'll come in handy. And is that everything? That is one sag mill. One sag mill, please. Oh, why, thank you very much. That's good. And then, oh, wait. What did it say about the sag mill? The sag mill... On the sag mill, the power level is indicated by the bar on the left. That's fine. The recipes can be blah, blah, blah. That's fine. Upper right corner is for redstone control. That's fine. Okay, so this is basically how to use it. The basic thing with all of the Ender IO stuff is that you can put capacitors into them and it will make them go faster. So we won't do that straight away. We'll kind of probably, when we set up our machine room downstairs, we'll get that all going. We'll worry about it then. Anything else we need to know? No, I think that's fine. So then the alloy smelter is very similar to the sag mill in its configuration. However, it can also be used to smelt 3 items at once and smelt specific items together, such as putting sand in to make quite clear glass. So it's basically really an easy way to get alloys going, and it's a bit better than trying to do everything in the smeltery there, because if you accidentally put alloys in the smelter and you make a whole bunch of something that you don't need, it can get really painful. So the alloy smelter helps you avoid that business. So for the alloy smelter we need 3 more furnaces. It's quite a number of furnaces really. We need a cauldron and we have run out of iron, so come on computer, got turned around. That's a bit strange. So let's get some more iron and put this puppy together. That should be everything I need, right? Yes, good stuff. That is that. So now we get to pick coal ore or iron ore. Well, we have a lot of iron. I know this is going to sound weird, but we're going to need a lot of coal for like a lot of things, because we have this going. That's going to be our main power generation for the time being. We have our ender flames there, which can use coal. So I actually think I'm going to take the coal. I hope that that's not too weird. And we get a capacitor bank as a reward. That's pretty cool. So there are a few different ways that you can go about kind of setting these up, and I have my preferred way and all that kind of stuff, because you can kind of get a little bit of an automated loop going in here. But for the time being, I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm just going to pop you, that's not what I meant to do, pop you down like that, and we'll worry about the kind of automation system later. And I won't pop that capacitor, will I? Won't I? Will I? No, I won't pop that capacitor bank down just yet, because I'll pop it here so that I don't forget that I have it, but we just need that one for the time being. That is absolutely fine. Now, what is next? That's good. That's a good little system to have set up. Hooray! So then, there's a whole bunch of miscellaneous blocks that they give us. That's not going to be too useful for just the time being, so let's ignore that. Capacitor packs refill your items with RF when worn. Okay, that's going to be useful eventually, but not right away. Jet packs are going to be super useful for, you know, going around the Nether and going around Twilight Forest. But let's not look at that straight away just yet either. Let's have a look at how we can transport our energy around the base. So, cables. Ender IO's conduits act similar to Buildcraft's pipes or thermal expansion's ducts. However, Ender IO allows there to be multiple Ender IO conduits in the same block. This means you can transfer power and items to... where I got lost. This means you can transfer power and items to the back of a machine if you have an item conduit and a power conduit. So basically, this is really cool because, like, a lot of the other packs, or not packs, a lot of the other mods, you got to have like a line sticking out here, and you got to have a line sticking out here, and you got to have a line sticking out here if you need like a whole bunch of things going into the one block. But the Ender IO cables kind of all can occupy the same space, so they're really useful. So the conduit binder, we need binder composite, and for that we need gravel, sand, and clay. So I should have some sand, I should have some gravel, and I should have some clay. So that's what I want. Binder composite. Let's get a stack. I know that that's a lot, but go with me on this. It's going to be useful, and we're going to end up, like, down the track, we're going to end up with cables just everywhere, so totally worth it. We can smelt you up in here. Oop, got my clay jars. I never put them out. Let's just have a look out here, see how it's going. I've got a whole bunch of plants growing. I got my altar set up. I haven't put anything on the altar yet because we haven't really got into there, but this is kind of what this area is looking like. I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Let's pop half of you in there and half of you in here. So this is just a little update on the witchery area. It's looking pretty witchy and foresty, and it's good. And actually, like, as we go on, so the witchery kind of altar gets its power from all of the nature around it, and the radius that it is impacted actually extends way past this fence line, so I can extend this forest out. I just wanted the fence here to try and help mods not eat my face. Because, let's say it together, I do not like it when mods eat my face. It's just a thing that I have. But, there is our conduit binder. So that is what we need for that. And then, it's going to get us to make some power cables. That's pretty cool. So, tiny power. Energy conduits transfer power from one item to another. It isn't quite that simple, but that is the basic premise. Fair enough. To craft each tier of conduit, you'll need to make alloys in the alloy smelter and surround them with conduit binder. The first part of this quest is to make the first tier of energy conduits. Get on it. Yes, boss. Let's do it. So what do we need? We need conductive iron. And how do we make conductive iron? It is iron and redstone in the smelter. So, I've got iron on me and I've got redstone on me. So in the smelter, it's got power. That's very good. Let's get 12. That's 12 sounds good. 12. Pop you in there. And you'll see it's grabbed one of each, and it's going to cook up in the progress bar here. And it's going to be a little bit slow because we don't have a capacitor and we haven't upgraded it yet. We can do that if we think that we need to. And it's going to cook up, and eventually, come on, show the nice people at home, it's going to give us, you can do it, there we go, conductive iron. So we can just let that do its thing for a little while because we're going to need a few of those, obviously. So in the meantime, what else can we look at? Liquids we could have a look at. Redstone we could have a look at. This is going to be... Oh, no. Okay, I know a Yeta wrench is useful, but I don't know what these are for. Let's have a look. An important part of Ender IO is power management. There are two main parts to this. 1, tools. 2, creating and storing power. And the first tool you need is the wrench. So I know the wrench is super useful. Blah, 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 blah. So let's see if we can make all of these things. That's electrical steel. Aha! So that's another alloy that we can put in the alloy smelter. That is... What is that? No, come on, just tell me the thing. Silicon, pulverized coal, and iron ingot. Okay, well maybe we won't make that straight away. Let's get what we need for the ender. The ender. That's what I'm looking for. The ender. Let's see what we need for that. That is dark steel. That is another alloy that we need to put in. And that is obsidian, coal powder, and iron ingot. So we can totally do that. Oops, sorry, just a quick little stop there. All my sound suddenly shut down, and it was really weird, and I didn't know what had happened, so I had a quick little pause. I think everything's still working. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Sounds, that's fine. So basically, let's chuck you in here, and what do we get? Oh yeah, definitely making sounds. We're all good. Oh, sorry, I had a little bit of a freak out. That was a bit strange. And oh, my cat's on my desk. Oh, there she goes. I'll put a little photo in. There we go. Her name is Dash. She likes to hang out with me when I'm recording. And here we go. So popping the ore in, we're getting coal, but also we're getting pulverized coal as a byproduct. You can also put actual just coal in here and it will make it into pulverized coal. But this is kind of one example of why this is quite useful, because it doesn't necessarily double everything, but it gives you extra drops for things, which is pretty cool. Look, did we just get... We just got a diamond out of that coal. That is super awesome. Oh yeah, baby. How about that? Very nice. Wrong chest. Put you away. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I know why all the sound stopped, because the generator has stopped and I'd gotten used to all of this doing its thing. Right, fair enough. All good. Okay, so we need to make binding things, and we need to make the ender. So we need 2 obsidian. So when the rest of that conduit binding, conductive iron, that's what I'm trying to say, when that's finished cooking up, we'll chuck the other stuff in. In the meantime, oh, that's not what I meant to do. No, U for use here. That's what I'm trying to say. And I make some energy conduits. Hooray! That will totally finish that quest. Woohoo! So basically, there's 3 tiers of the energy conduits, and they each transfer different amounts of power. So you can see this one has a max output of 640 RF. Now, for the setup that we have, which is an incredibly basic setup just for the time being, that's obviously going to be totally enough. But as we start getting better machines and maybe get some like higher powered generators going, all that kind of stuff, we're going to end up needing better energy conduits to transfer everything around. But for the time being, that is absolutely fine. Let's see if you're finished yet. Not quite. So let me have a look. The ender. Dark steel. I have everything I need, right? Obsidian, coal powder, and an iron ingot. Yeah, I do. And you're done. So obsidian, thingy, and thingy. Now, the other thing to notice in the alloy smeltery is that it has a couple of different modes. It's got furnace mode, which is all smelting. Oh, sorry. It's got all smelting, alloys only, or furnace only. So all smelting means if you've got like an automated system going on and you've got stuff automatically feeding into it, if 2 things accidentally get in there at the same time and they can be alloyed together, they will be. If you set it to furnace only, it's only ever gonna cook up singular types at the same time. And if you put it in alloy only, it's only ever gonna make combinations of metals. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure that made a whole bunch of sense just then, but hopefully you're understanding what I'm laying down. So if we can get this ender made, that's going to be super awesome. We just need a regular stick for that, right? And I've got them on me. In the meantime, let's just put a couple of things away, like so. You can go in there. That's fine. And, okay, that's 1 dark steel. Almost done. Come on. There we go. Okay, so then the other one's going to cook up. That's great. Pop you away. Don't need you anymore. So, like, things like, for example, the flint. To get flint. No, that's not what I meant to do. That's the flint there. Flint. You can put gravel, I think it is. Oh no, how do you get the sag mill? You put gravel in the sag mill and it will give you an output of stuff, yeah? And then the other thing in the sag mill is that if you put flint in the top corner here, it has a better see, it's a little bit faster, and it's got a better output chance drop rate thingy thing. Don't exactly know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. I wish I kept an eye on this in case we got any more diamonds. It may be trying to give me diamonds, but didn't have the space for it. That's a shame, but that's alright. Pop you in there. That's good. We don't need that anymore. Coal powder for the time being. Beautiful stuff is happening, and you have given me my dark steel. Oh yeah, baby. So we need you and you and you. We have the ender. Now, unless I'm mistaken, this is upgradable. You'll see here it's got empowered and travel on it, and I don't exactly know how to do all of that yet, but hopefully the quest book will help tell us. You'll notice it has a lower attack damage than the other one that I have at the moment, the other slimy sword that I have. So I'm going to use the King Slime sword as my main weapon, but when I'm kind of attacking Enderman in particular, I'm definitely going to switch the ender, and I'll get some drops out of it, or hopefully get some extra drops out of them that way, because we're also going to need like a bunch of like enderman heads and things as we get further into Ender.io. I am running out of space though, I'll tell you that much, you guys. For the time being, I'm just going to chuck all this stuff away. I think that that's enough of a dip of the toes into Ender.io. There's so much stuff that's super useful in here, but honestly, I really just wanted to get into that so I could get us the ender and hopefully get some more ender pearls, because that's going to help for everything going forward. So, what else should we do? We definitely have time to have a look at some beginnings of bees. Bees! So where is the one for that? I'm here to breed things, which is forestry. So this is going to include a whole bunch of stuff, including bees and like tree farming and a whole thing I don't exactly know. So let's start at the start, shall we? And let's learn together. Bronze, the metal of the forest. Welcome to forestry. To get started, you will need to mine some copper and tin. Combine this copper and tin into bronze, either as dust or as ingots. Bronze is the new material in forestry and will be a component of most forestry machines. Like many other machinery mods, the Forestry series mods use a core part for most of their machines. The most basic one is the machine casing. It does a lot, that's great. So it wants us to make a sturdy casing, and for that we're going to need bronze ingots, and for that we're going to need copper and tin. And what way do we want to make these? I guess if we just have the ingots, we can just use the ingots. Do we have copper smelted up though? That is my question to you. Potentially we don't really. Sound like a villager. So do we have copper in here, and it's 3 copper to 1 tin. Do we have tin? There we go. So what I think I might do is turn you off and chuck some of you in. That's 1, 2, I'm going to take you out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chuck you in there, and we'll get you all boiled up and bubbled up, and we'll see whether we can make our bronze that way, because that would be very useful. Let's get this sturdy casing. Yes, we just need 8 ingots of that. I mean, we're going to need a whole bunch more than that. Don't you worry, but this is the beginning. Oh, almost done already. That's pretty good. Come on. Yep, there we go. There's the tin, there's the bronze. That's what we needed, right? So we turn you on. We have a couple of bronze ingots in here already. That's pretty good to get started. And you're away. So in the meantime, we don't really have a lot of other copper. So I'm definitely going to smelt up some copper, because we will most assuredly need more of you for whatever mods in the future. Don't have a bunch more copper. I think I'm going to have to go mining and concentrate on getting some of that at some stage for sure. But there we go. There's the bronze that we need for our first sturdy casing. And hooray! Sturdy casing. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Sturdy casing. Hooray! So we get more sturdy casings as a reward. Super useful. So now we can either go down power generation or we can go into the actual bits and bobs themselves. So let's go into the bits and bobs. The foundational machine. The carpenter is a machine used to craft many different devices across forestry and its add-ons. The carpenter uses liquid and power to fabricate items out of materials when you put into the bar below. While many recipes use water, other recipes use honey or seed oil as liquids. These can be pumped in via pipes or cans, and cells can be used, though this is wasteful of the materials used to make the cans and cells. Okay, interesting. So it wants us to make a carpenter. And that is bronze and a sturdy casing and some glass. So we can definitely do that. Get some view. Get some more of the bronze. Yeah, very good. And boom, carpenter. Just the one. Thank you very much. Very good. Hooray! And we get copper or tin. Well, we're going to get the copper because I just already said that we are running low on copper. So that is good to have more copper. Okay. See, it wanted us to make a scoop. Well, we already have a scoop. Way ahead of you, buddy. So I'm glad that it can tell that we already crafted it. So that's cool. Get a bunch of wool. That's actually super useful. Nice. So let's just see what it said. So you decided to give beekeeping a try. That is true. We have. Maybe you want to relax. Maybe you want riches. Either way, you will need the scoop to begin. Yes, well, I definitely want to try and use bees to get some resources. Things like their ender pearls, because they're going to be really hard. But as I understand it, it's going to be quite difficult to get the bees producing all of that stuff for us. But, let's give it a whirl. So, when you encounter a hive in the wild, just breaking it with a fist usually gives you nothing, sometimes a drone if you are lucky. Use the scoop instead. The scoop always gives a princess at least one drone and sometimes a honeycomb. So we did that because, where am I looking? We got one, there we are, we have a couple of bees in here. Not many, but we have a couple. So I will definitely have to go traipsing across the country. Oop, I bumped my thing. I'll have to go traipsing across the countryside and try and find some more hives, but that is fine. What does it want us to do after that? So, bees can produce combs. Okay, we haven't got to bee producing yet though, so how do we produce the bees? Liquids for forestry can be gotten into And the thermionic fabricator is a machine used to melt glass into specific forms. Okay, well what is the first thing that we think we might need to do? Probably you, Apple's new product, the bee pod. By now you should have some bees. Well, look, I have 3. That is some technically. They have unknown stats and it's very hard to breed bees when you are blind. The Beealyzer will solve all your problems. Ooh, nice. The Beealyzer runs on honey drops or honeydew and reveals all the hidden traits of a bee. Putting the bee in any of the 5 lower slots gives more detailed information about selected areas. So how do you get that honey? Okay. So what do we need to make the Beealyzer? We need the carpenter, which needs water and it needs power, I'm going to say, and that needs tin. Okay, so we need to set up our carpenter somewhere. Again, this is probably going to be more useful if I have like a basement for all the machinery, but for the time being, I'm literally just going to chuck you down, just anywhere, in the middle of the floor. I know this is horrible. It's horrible. Actually, no, I'm not going to put you there. Oh, am I going to break you if I try and pick you up? Hopefully not. Oh, thank goodness. Let's put you here, because then hopefully you'll get power from that, right? Yes, it is getting power. Hooray, that is good. Good. Let's put some more coal in there. I could probably put a hopper on top here, and it would just constantly be feeding. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Iron. And you and you. Oops, almost, not quite. And then you, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll grab a little bit more coal. Oh, no, we need a bit more than that. And we'll put the hopper down and the coal in here. So that will just automatically feed in some coal for a while. Yeah, awesome. Because we can keep filling up this capacitor bank. So we're definitely not going to waste anything. That holds a bunch. 1 million RF. And we're only up to 100,000. And you're full. And you're full. And you are also full. Okay, that's good. So we need to work out how to get water in you probably I can just put a bucket of water in. Can I do that? I mean, we're definitely going to want to work out. Yeah, look at that. Water. Definitely going to want to work out how to automate all of that at some point. But like I said, when I start getting everything set up proper like, we'll worry about that then. What was I making? I was making the bealyzer. That's right. The bealyzer. So we need a diamond, redstone, tin, and glass panes. Do I have glass panes already? I do. Glass panes. I have the redstone I mean. I have tin, and I want nope. Every time, the wrong chest. Every time! So, can you go like this? I see. So basically you put a pattern in. Nice. And does this need particular types of glass pane? Probably not. And you go in like that. So yeah, you can put the pattern in. So if you want to make like multiple of a thing, it can keep making more and more and more and more. Did I do that right? Maybe it doesn't have enough. It needs another bucket of water. That's fine. We can do that. A bouquet of water. Lady of the house speaking. You're going. Okay, good. And then do I click something to make it go? Do I? Main task we have is to surplus resources. Owner is me. No recipe. No matching recipe was found for the supplied resources. Glass pane. Maybe because this is like a chisel glass pane. I'll try putting it back to normal. Where is this? That's what I'm looking for. We go. Let's get some regular glass pane. And that's better. And it's doing it. I see. Look, that little progress bar here. Great. We don't need all of that glass. Oh, I don't want to take it out in case it stuffs something up. That's all right. Cool. Well, that's just going to take a little moment. So what can we do in the meantime? We can look at spinning the combs. Bees produce combs, but most of the combs themselves are not useful for anything. To get the useful stuff, you need centrifuges. The centrifuge consumes RF and separates out the comb into many useful products, including and not limited to honey, wax, and possibly rare resources depending on the comb. Aha, okay. So it wants us to make propolis, and propolis comes from a centrifuge with a comb. Okay, so we kind of need to get the bees going first before we can do that though, right? And we don't have the bees going yet. So how do we get the bees going? Well, I guess maybe this will tell us. Make the bealyzer. Make it faster. Did you run out of juice? Oh, it did run out of juice. Oh, come on. We need some more, and by juice I mean energy, obviously. That's a shame. Let's take everything out of here that we don't need to left. Aha! Did we do it? Hooray! We got the bealyzer. Hurrah! Manual detect. Manual detect. I have it. I have it, you guys. It's stuffed up again. Okay, let's go and get our edit book. It's so annoying when that happens. Edit book. That's what I need. So, I don't know if I explained this before, but when you have a quest that you are absolutely sure that you should have been able to put through, you can get this edit book, and as it says here, you can hold shift and click on quests to automatically complete them. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's kind of like a way of forcing it through, because sometimes things get a little bit derpy, and it's not your fault. And in this case, it's not my fault. So, we get honey drops as a reward, which is good. And then what's next? Aha, there we go. See, now we have the apiary. The apiary is the basic man-made beehive. They host one pair of bees and severely reduce bee output. Well, that's not great. They can be automated with pipes. Frames can be added to change the stats of the apiary and will be discussed in more detail further on. Well, thank goodness. So what do we need to make the apiary? We need impregnated casing, which is A carpenter with seed oil. Oh, goodness, there's so many things to... Okay, seed oil, which will mean that we'll need a squeezer, which will be this one. Oh, God, so much stuff to think about. All right. Juices and oils. Liquids for forestry can be gotten by putting the relevant items into the squeezer. It uses MJ to press, and that's a type of energy, I think. It uses MJ to press the liquids out of the objects. Honey drops from bees become liquid honey, and seed oil can be squeezed from seeds. Okay, so we basically just need a squeezer. Gosh, so many things to think about. So we need tin and glass around a sturdy casing. So I had extra tin in here. So let's take you. I still have glass on me, so that's fine. Let's go and look at a squeezer. Squeezer. Hooray. Okay, that's good. And we get honey drops and seeds. Hooray. That is good. So if I put you here, here's my question. So we made a power transport system before. I wonder whether it will work cross-mod. Let's find out. So basically, if we chuck that power thing on the end there and put it here, haha, it's getting energy. So we're now transporting energy from our generator to our squeezer. That is very, very good. So it gave us the seeds. Let's do that. We pop the seeds in. It's squeezing the seeds to make seed oil. That is delightful. Now, for the impregnated casing, it only needs 250 millibuckets of seed oil. That is quite a lot, though, if that's only doing 10 at a time. And I wonder whether we can you output this directly into here? It doesn't really look like there are configurable sides, does there? We could definitely make fluid conduits of some kind, but maybe for the time being, we'll just pop you... No, we won't. Seed oil. It can go in a can. So how much goes in there? That's still 1 bucket worth. Okay, yeah, we'll just have to make a bucket worth and then hopefully figure things out to do so that we don't waste our seed oil. Because what I'm basically trying to say is the impregnated casing doesn't need a whole bucket's worth of seed oil, but we can only take a whole bucket out of here. So, yeah. Alright, we'll have to let that do its thing for a while before we can make the apiary. But basically, I think that that's a great place to wrap up because I can let the seeds do their thing and in the meantime kind of get a few things organized. I might try and get our basement set up so that we can get a proper machine room going and all of that kind of stuff, and maybe have a look at where we actually want to set up our bees because they're obviously going to want to be outside. That's what I'm trying to say. So thank you so much. That's it for today. Please like and subscribe and all those good things. If you really like what you're seeing here, please even share with some friends and let them know about all these cool videos that I'm doing. And anyway, that's it for today, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.